YouTube, what is going on? It is a beautiful day in downtown Toronto. It is almost the springtime. I can feel the warmth, and it is the perfect day to make this video because everybody wants to do less and get more done. And we're going to talk about systemizing your business, specifically the most important part of that, which is building the operating system for absolutely everything. To give you an example, I have a content creation system that has saved me 20 hours a week. There was so many things that I used to have to do. Coming up with ideas, coming up with trending titles, trending thumbnails, doing everything to do with finding ideas, sorting them out, editing the videos, and I have been able to completely automate all of that because of one of these systems. They say the average small business owner has to make 600 reoccurring decisions, and that lives inside of their head. So what we are about to do is going to eliminate the need to remember absolutely everything and speed up the amount of work that you can get done. So we are going to start off with a very simple thing. First thing I want you to do is start with marketing. Marketing for everybody is essentially generating leads. And generating leads is probably the highest lever that most businesses can pull. If you had double the leads, odds are you'd make double the money. So if you can make double the content or run double the ads, you are going to be in a way better spot than you currently are. The next section is going to be, this is sales. This is everything from the landing page forward. Marketing's jobs to get it to the landing page, your landing page / your sales team, depending if you're an online business or an in-person business, is to do the absolute selling of everything. So this job is to turn leads to customers. All right, apparently I put a T on this. So now we are going to the next section, which is going to be operations. Operations job is essentially product delivery, product fulfillment, product success. Again, depends on the type of business that you are operating. And then we're going to go into the final part, which is going to be finance, manage profitability, manage budget, we're just going to write money. So you have your 4 main sections of the business. The goal here is to figure out what these roles are. So if you know, for example, your marketing, the most important thing you guys are doing is you're doing organic, maybe you're doing ads, maybe you're doing flyers, maybe you have a good referral program with some sort of affiliates, maybe you are cold calling, cold emailing, outbound, anything like that. You are going to mark all that down, just brain dump absolutely everything inside of this category. In each of these sections, you are going to break them down further. So for organic, we're just going to do Instagram. So obviously, you can't just post on Instagram. First, you have to come up with an idea, then you got to come up with a script, then you have to come up with a hook, the most important part, the first 3 seconds. Then you have to come up with a CTA. Then you got to come up with a style. Is the video outside? Is the video inside? Is it you talking to the camera? Is it somebody filming you? Is it showing a product? You got to pick what product you actually want to advertise. And then you got to edit the video. You got to post. Are you cross-posting this video? And then you go into each of these sections and go, okay, we are doing editing for this product and this style. And you start breaking all of those down. You do this for every single department. And to keep this video somewhat kind of high level and short, I'm going to show you one that I have recently built out. So this is a full-on blueprint for a business. This is every system, every process, every operation, and every KPI, as well as this gives us the ability to delegate different sections to different people. So for example, I can do all of my customer and admin support, and I can give this to a rep. I can say, you are in charge of this current tech stack. You are in charge of the communications and the documentation of all of this. Then I can give them all of my welcome email sequences, SMS support scripts, everything like that. Once you get high enough level inside of this, you start actually mapping out the different processes around each of the sections. So I'm going to show you, for example, I'm scrolling on an infinite canvas right now. You will start marking things down, like how to rank your audiences for maximum ROI, how to prospect them differently. Is this somebody on your email list? Is this somebody that sees your organic video? Is this somebody that you targeted for an ad? You can start building your lead flow funnels and sales flow funnels. And these are all things that you can start adding on once you build your initial blueprint out. Tech stack, what it is responsible for, how often they are actually doing that task, and then finally is when you do it, and then a little bit of continuous improvement. Obviously, as things change, you can see here, this is the current amount of distribution. These are going to fluctuate as time goes on. Originally, this specific business was doing way more on TikTok, as well as they have influencers, they have some brand deals and everything like that. So these numbers were changing pretty consistently across the board. But the goal with this is once you have all of these SOPs and everything built out, it's those 600 things you have to reoccurringly think about on top of this page. You attach this to a calendar. As you've seen on my big blueprint that I just showed you, we have a calendar so that we can see when's the content going out, when is operation needed, when is fulfillment needed, what's the time for customer support, what's the time for requests, absolutely everything inside of your business. Once you have all of this laid out, not to mention the amount of clarity that you're going to have inside your business, because you're going to know all the tools, the cost of all those tools. You can see on the bottom, we have KPIs. These are all of our marketing KPIs. These are all of our landing page to our funnel KPIs. This is everything with retention, customer, admin. Are the customers staying? Are they buying again? Are they doing upsells or any of our bump sells? And then the final, which is the gross revenue, and each of those different sections. From here, you can quickly identify, are we losing them because the price is too high? Are they abandoning cart? Are we able to pick up those abandoned carts with email sequences, SMS sequences? As you guys probably know, when you're on an e-com store and you get hit with those, that has kind of spread into everything right now. I know guys with roofing companies. We know people with super big real estate companies that are picking up all those extra leads that they used to miss, because they really didn't have a central operating system for their business. This is what allows you to start the systemization and the automation and delegation of absolutely everything. When you have a really good document like this built out, behind these, you link absolutely everything. So if I open up this, it will link to my Canva, which has a pre-made project with our fonts, our colors, our themes, our kind of branding guidelines. So anybody that I have working in my business, whether it's a freelancer, whether it's somebody on the team, I say, go to the marketing department, click on distribution, and you are going to see everything that we do, how we come up with content, how we edit it, how we post it, how we distribute it. Anyways, hopefully you found this interesting. I am going to be dropping a full 3-hour, probably more than 3-hour, how I go through, document the entire building from zero to a completed blueprint, how I go through systemizing and automating a lot of the tasks so I can work way less on some of these businesses. I'm going to go through some of the cool automations that I have built out. Join that free school if you're interested. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe.